It all began thousands of years ago with a group of Celtic farmers trying to make sense of life and death. Around 2000 years ago, the Celts celebrated something called Samhain, the end of summer and the beginning of winter. The harvest was over, the days were growing shorter, and the world felt a little thinner, as if the line between the living and the dead wasn't quite as solid as usual. They believed that during the Samhain, the spirits could cross over, not to frighten or haunt, but simply as part of the natural rhythm of things, life, death, and renewal. So they lit bonfires, wore costumes, and left out food for the wandering spirits, perhaps to honour them, perhaps to keep them content. It wasn't about fear so much as respect. The Celts understood that darkness and light are part of the same circle, that you can't have one without the other. Then the Romans arrived, as they tended to do, and added their own touch. They held a festival called Veralia, a day to honour the dead, and another for Pomona, the goddess of fruit and trees. Pomona's symbol was the apple, which might be why we still bob for apples today. Later on, the Christian Church gave the whole thing a bit of a rebrand. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III declared the 1st of November to be All Saints' Day, a time to honour the holy and the good. The night before became All Hallows' Eve, which over the centuries morphed into the word we use today, Halloween. And just like that, the old traditions didn't disappear, they simply changed shape. The bonfires became candles inside pumpkins, the costumes stayed, the idea of spirits wandering the earth turned into stories, games, and celebration. When Irish and Scottish immigrants took Halloween to America in the 1800s, it shifted again. People gathered for parties, shared ghost stories, and played tricks. Then, by the early 1900s, trick-or-treating began to take hold. After the Second World War, when sugar was no longer rationed, sweet companies realised they'd just stumbled upon their favourite holiday, Halloween. Once a solemn festival about death and rebirth, became a nationwide celebration of sweets and costume. But even with all that change, the heart of it stayed the same. Halloween has always been about the things we don't quite understand, the parts of life that feel mysterious or a little unsettling. And what do humans do when we're unsettled? We tell stories, we laugh, we make fun of the darkness until it feels a little bit smaller. We wear masks, pretend to be ghosts, decorate our homes with skeletons, and somehow that makes the unknown feeling a little less intimidating. There's something beautiful about that, turning fear into fun, darkness into light. The Celts did it with bonfires, we do it with pumpkins and packets of sweets. If you think about it, it's all saying the same thing. Yes, life is strange and unpredictable, but we can still celebrate it. Pop culture has picked up on that as well. Films like Hocus Pocus, The Nightmare Before Christmas, and Ghostbusters turned Halloween into this perfect balance of spooky and silly, a time when we can explore fear without being swallowed by it. Even when it's scary, haunted houses, horror films, jump scares, they're all part of a little dance with fear. We go right up to the edge and we laugh, because deep down we know it's all pretend. Halloween gives us permission to look at the dark side of life and smile. So when you light your pumpkin or quietly steal another sweet from the bowl, remember you're taking part in something ancient, from Celtic bonfires to modern high streets full of fancy dress. It's all the same story, one of curiosity, courage, and a touch of mischief. Maybe that's what makes Halloween special. It's not really about the monsters or the sweets. It's about facing the unknown together.